Hi there, this is Mark Edelman, speech-language pathologist, and welcome to the teaching of talking. This particular video is going to be about online speech therapy. And for many, the traditional way of receiving speech therapy was to get in the car, but first you have to get dressed, you have to eat breakfast, you have to get in the car, and then you have to schlep over to an office or a clinic or a hospital to get speech therapy. And then once you were there, you had to sit in the waiting room, and who knows what the people who were sitting around you had. And in many cases, getting speech therapy from traditional hospitals and clinics and things like this are somewhat of a nuisance. And I'll tell you why. Because many require, especially if you have aphasia, the caregiver has to get the person up, showered, cleaned, fed, dressed, then get in the wheelchair, then get in the car, then take the car to wherever the place is, and then to unload the person in a wheelchair or whatever it happens to be, and then to get to the waiting room of where the speech therapy is being done. And then once you get there, and I can talk about this from experience, once you get there, sometimes the speech therapist that you normally work with, sometimes they're not there. Sometimes there's a substitute, or sometimes they might switch your therapy to somebody else. And so it's not the most opportune way of receiving speech therapy. And then if you have to go somewhere, or you have to go somewhere where your family is, you have to be away, and you can't get to the hospital or the outpatient clinic or whatever it is where you receive your therapy. So, of course, there are positives to getting outpatient speech therapy, but then there are also a lot of positives to get online speech therapy, because online speech therapy, heck, you could do online speech therapy almost in your jammies. And it's convenient, and you can get up and you can get dressed, or have your breakfast or cup of coffee, and you can sit down on the computer and you can receive your speech therapy right as you're there at the kitchen table drinking coffee. And, that's really, really good. And it's really good for the caregiver, too. Not often are caregivers really, really considered in the speech therapy process, because a caregiver has to do so much to get the person ready to get in the car to go somewhere. Whereas if they're home and you have a good internet connection and you have an expert to work with, then you can receive your speech therapy right from home, right from the kitchen table. Now, here's the other thing, too. One of the nice things about online speech therapy is the fact that if you do have to go out of town, if you do have to even go out of the country for any reason, if you have a good speech pathologist who you've been receiving your speech therapy online, wherever you are, you can continue to get your speech therapy uninterrupted without having to cancel appointments and then possibly have a change in your status because you're not receiving the treatment in an ongoing fashion. So with online speech therapy, you can receive your speech therapy wherever you happen to be. And if the person is not feeling too well, or isn't up for getting dressed and going to wherever they have to go for therapy, it's so much easier just to do it right from home. And so those are a couple of the benefits from online speech therapy. And many people may ask, well, is that as good as being right there one on one live? And, to tell you the truth, I've done one on one speech therapy in an office or in a clinic for, almost 50 years. And I found that there really isn't that much of a difference between uh, the skill and the ability of the person with aphasia or apraxia to respond, whether it's online or live. If you have a good speech therapist who knows what they're doing, and you have a great caregiver who makes sure that the appointments are kept and is involved in the speech therapy process, boy, it's a real positive. And another one of the big positives for online speech therapy is the fact that the way we do speech therapy, we have the caregiver right there in the room and participating with us while we teach the caregiver what to do to stimulate speech and language, whether it be for apraxia or aphasia. So, in a way, with online speech therapy, you're getting kind of two therapies at the same time. You're getting one therapy, whether it be apraxia or aphasia therapy for the individual with aphasia. And secondly, the caregiver is receiving therapy or a learning opportunity to learn what to do in order to facilitate speech and language on their own. And that's what we believe with the teaching of talking. We believe that, first of all, if you have aphasia or you have apraxia, it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. And it may take a while. And that's why we want to teach the caregivers or loved ones or family members what it is they can do at home to help the individual with aphasia or with apraxia. The second thing is that the way speech therapy is done, if you go to an outpatient clinic or whatever, 2 to 3 times a week. Well, what I know, having done research and having had groups of people who've worked with me who've had aphasia, what I've learned is that the more intensive stimulation there is, the better the results. I mean, one time we did a program where we worked with people 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I mean, imagine that. Rather unheard of in how therapy is provided today. But that's why we like to do online speech therapy, because we can train the caregiver or the wife or the husband or whomever it is, and they can provide the speech and language stimulation as much as possible at home. So those are some of the benefits of online speech and language therapy for aphasia or for apraxia. And if you'd like to find out more about helping your loved one, we have a video online training with me, or we have a pre-recorded video course that you can learn how to help your person with aphasia speak better or again. And we also have a bunch of products that we've designed to help people who are all over the world who might not have access to a speech pathology expert. And if you don't have speech pathology access to an expert, no matter where you are, whether you're in the United States or the UK or Australia or wherever, you don't have to let the geographical limitations hold you back. So that's another one of the great benefits of online speech therapy. So this is Mark Idelman. If you've liked this video, please give us a little thumbs up underneath the video. And also, underneath the video are a bunch of links. So if you'd like to find out about having a free get acquainted visit with me, or if you'd like to find out how you can order a video program or various books to help you learn how to help your loved one, just follow the links below the video, and just know that we'd be more than happy to help you. So, we hope you have a great day today, a great week, a great month, a great year, and of course, always a great lifetime. Bye-bye now.